Hi everyone, welcome back. If you have a look, you'll see that 8,993, 7Ks, hit 9,000 kilometres. I can't believe it. Hang on, what's the date? So, middle of January. So I'm about a week off owning the bike for 4 years. Wow. That means I've done 4,000 kilometres over, sorry, that means I've done 9,000 kilometres over 4 years. What does that work out? Roughly, what is it? What, 2,300 or something a year? So that'd be like driving from, I don't know, Adelaide to Perth every year. Wow. Incredible. And you know the best thing? I mean, this bike has been so reliable. I mean, yeah, okay, the display, the cable had one issue with that. And I've had a couple of chain breakages and I've worn out a few sprockets and I've replaced the derailleur. But they're wearing components. I mean, the Bosch motor system and the battery on this, holy shit. Excuse my French, but it is incredible. You know, it's funny, when I first bought this, my only experience with electric motors were the Chinese Bafang motors. And I had heard about the Shimano's and the Bros and a few others. But it would appear that when I bought this bike, I stepped into the right brand. Scott themselves are fantastic, and they have obviously used the Bosch system. And the Bosch system, I can now tell you quite categorically that it is probably one of the best motor systems out there. Performance-wise, reliability-wise, longevity-wise. Tick all those boxes. Tick, tick, tick. So if you're in the market for an e-bike, and especially if you're a newbie, you can't go wrong by looking at the Bosch system. There you go. That's my recommendation. And if you're wondering where I am, I'm actually on the rail trail that's heading into Frankston. I've ridden out from Somerville. In a minute, I'm about to go over the top of the freeway, and then I'll make my way down into the middle of Frankston. My intention is to ride out to the Curram Rowing Centre. And so, we're on the 8,999, and I'm just literally coming into the centre of Frankston as we speak. So, just to get your bearings, I'm going past the new car park for the Frankston rail station over there on the left. Oh, there we go, 9,000 Ks. Look at that. Wow. Smack bang in the middle of Frankston. Oh, look at that, hey? It's a bit of a milestone for me. I'm really happy about the fact that I've done 9,000 Ks. It was not a cheap bike when I bought it, and, you know, I was very nervous. But the lesson I've learned is that by buying quality, I have given myself reliability and given myself 4 years of fantastic riding. And I've been all over the place with this thing. If you recall, I literally took this on the train over to Adelaide and rode around Adelaide for a week. Another time I went to Sydney. Went to visit one of the Speed Week teams, Bob, Team Venom, Bob and his family, and as a result I went met one of their family members, Jacob, and we went for a ride around Sydney Harbour, across the bridge. I've been to numerous bike paths, or bike tracks I should say, bike trails around Victoria, up around Marysville and Buxton, you know, ridden all around the place here on the peninsula. It has been an absolute pleasure. I have covered this before, but this trail I just thought I'd remind people it's a nice, pleasant trail. You know, there are actually some nice cafes along the way. You can stop and have a coffee, something to eat. And the best part, if you got your Mikey card with you, if you're tired, you can hop back on the train and come back. That's as long as you've got a legal e-bike. So we've got to go down these ramps here. And then you go under these bridges. And we come up to the rowing centre as we speak. I think I might just ride over the other side and we'll have a bit of a chat. Okay, we've just arrived at the rowing centre, and I think we might actually stop and have a bit of a talk. What do you reckon? We have a bit of a chat about this bike? So first off, as I said out in the trail there, the bike has been exceptional. It has given me reliability, peace of mind. It just works. It just, whenever I feel like going for a ride, I just hop on it and go. As I said, yeah, wear and tear stuff, tyres, derailleur, the gears, and probably the only failure was the cable. I'm not even sure it was the cable. I'm actually on when I've been revising this, and I have a feeling that the actual display itself died. After, well, that was 8,000. So that was between the 8,000 and 9,000. So, yeah. Okay. I want to try and keep this short, but I tend to talk. So, but there's a few things I want to say. Let's break the bike down into components. So Scott manufacture the bike. They build the frame, and they then source components to put them on to give you the full package. And there goes a motorboat down the rowing centre. Might be something happening here today. Anyway, sorry, I got diverted. So what I'm trying to say is that Scott, when they build the bike, they spec'd it with high-end components. There's basically three areas. Hang on, let me think about that. Probably four. Well, no, three. Okay, let's break it down. You got the frame. It's an alloy frame and extremely strong, and it just lasts forever. Never had an issue with the frame whatsoever, and by God have I punished it. Okay, so it's strong. Nothing needs to be more said about it. It's just a bloody good frame. You have the gearing, the Shimano. I think it's the XT series. I'm not into the models of the stuff. All I know is it's high-end, 12-speed. Damn things, just the punishment I've put them through, and they just work. See, actually, I want to touch on this. There's a lot of new technology out, and I must admit, I'm very intrigued by the gearboxes. I'm also very intrigued by the rear hubs that you can get, like the roll-offs and so forth. But when you look at the cost relative to what I'm getting at is, if you're in the market looking at a new bike, fine, look at the new technologies. But this cable-operated Shimano system, XT system on this bike, bloody hell. I think I did 7,000 Ks, then I replaced the derailleur and the grip set. I think it cost me all up about $600. I mean, what? Yeah, to me it's just a no-brainer. Easy to fix, chain brakes, So, you've got to take those things into consideration. So anyway, getting back to the thing, got at the frame, we got really high quality Shimano group sets and working components like the derailleur, the cogs, chain, the actual levers and so forth. And then you have the motor system. And this is where I think I've really been very lucky in that it would appear, from my own experience and what I've read and seen online, the Bosch system is probably one of the best out there. And I don't mean in respect to performance and, if you wanted to tweak it and that type of thing. I'm talking about from the point of view of value for money, what you pay for it and the amount of life that you get out of it. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you think about it. I've had that bike for 4 years now. I've never had a problem with the motor, nor the battery. I've just driven, what have I done today? Let's have a look. It's a 30k ride out here. I've still got about 70% of battery. Right? I can easily turn around and go back. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, the point is, 4 years of constant riding, 9,000 k's of riding, and the battery still got heaps of life in it. I would suggest I'll get another 4 years out of that before I have to consider looking at another battery. That, to me, is fantastic. Yeah, and this is the other thing about the Bosch system that a lot of people don't understand. Unlike all other manufacturers where they'll make the motor, Shimano is a good example, they'll make the motor, but you can actually put, and if you're a manufacturer speccing the bike, you can match up someone else's battery with that motor. What Bosch have done, they've done what I call the Apple engineering. They have engineered the whole lot. Everything works together, everything. The software, the battery, the controllers, the motor, they're all designed to work with each other. And I believe as a result, that's one of the reasons why they're considered one of the top ones up there. And one of the reasons why I've got such a great life out of it. I know a little bit about engineering, and I'd say that that's going to have a lot to do with it. So there we go. The other one, there is a fourth, I forgot, that's right, brakes. Again, high quality brakes. But the point is, it's a great package. So the moral of the story, from my point of view, is that if you're in the market for a new e-bike, doesn't matter whether it's like, a mountain bike like mine, or whether it's just a runabout for a town or a cargo bike or whatever, I strongly recommend that you look at the Bosch systems. At the very least, look at the Shimano systems. What I'm getting, and even some of the high quality China systems, I mean, the Fang are really good. I have no issues with them. What I'm getting at, don't be fooled into buying the old cheaper ones. They will come back and bite you. Okay? So I can definitely swear by the Bosch system. Anyway, I talk too much. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm almost to Baxter. I just remembered, I forgot to say something. There's only one little negative about the Bosch motor. The disc that goes on the side of the motor that basically has the Bosch name and the model number on it, within the first year of me owning this, fell off. And that was disappointing. That's it. That's the only issue I've had with this Bosch motor. And listen, while I'm here, if anyone from Bosch or their representatives feel inclined to send me a replacement so I can stick it on, I can then show off their motor better. I'd be happy to accept it. Almost home. I'm actually on the new section of bike path, or bike and walking path, just north of Baxter. There was a time where I would have had to go down the busy road. Not now. This is fantastic. I'm now on the section just south of Baxter, and it'll finish in a minute. Well, what they've done, they've virtually finished this bit, but they've put a fence across because on the other side, heading up the hill towards Somerville, they haven't finished it. So I'm hoping that sometime in the next month or two, this will be completely finished, and I'll be able to ride safely from Somerville all the way into Frankston without a problem, and conversely go all the way down to Balnarring. So as you can see, I have to go on the side of the road here at the moment. to get up into Somerville, but over the other side of the road, between the rail line and the scrub, there's the new bike track. Well, it's a walking and bike trail, to be accurate. And when that's finished, I won't have to do this. I might call it quits today. Thanks for putting up with me, and until next time, see you later.